Yo, it's the most dope show. It's about that time to get live. Take a break from your 8 to 5. Them other guys don't have the ability to rip it. We kick it. 3 guys on representing with the most killer spirit. And we coming with the jokes. So you better grab a good pen and pad for your notes. And forget them other folks, cause we got the best quotes. Randolph does more than just jokers. He woke and he got the files. Tell Andy Klein to turn up the dial. I don't know where that boy Tim is now. Raising the daughter, he hella proud. Andy is straight up and Randolph ain't here for racist. When Tim Miller hit, that got funny as shit. The sock puppets always be there to assist. Too many to name, but they all of this shit. I guess I could try. Love me some Frankie French, Milner and Mike B. Be lit. I cannot forget about Petey and Chris. JL Covan with them Trump impressions. Riding camera coming from the black guy who tips. That's a whole damn nation, so they always near. Pop, pop, bang, bang. Getting green, romaine. 3 guys on sock puppet nation, gang, gang. Yeah. What up, Dominic? Puerto Rico, Suave. I know you thought I forgot about you, but I ain't gonna forget about you, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Suave.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's Randolph Terrence.
I'm Andy Klein.
I'm Karen Morrow.
And I'm Rod Morrow.
Hey, we're 3 guys on. Right back at y'all. Freeloaders, y'all missed the Black Guy Who Tips Live link. Y'all know y'all missed that.
We recapped it.
You recapped the show. You missed that. We're not
fucking
doing it
freeloaders.
again, other than to say it was a great show.
It was a great show.
Someone
Should have been there.
Someone tweeted at us that their kink is being called a fucking freeloader.
Was that
Bougie
someone? Yeah.
Bougie Cat said, my new favorite kink is being called a fucking freeloader by the 3 guys on crew. Well, you don't necessarily personalize it. We just say all freeloaders. But if you want, Bougie Cat, you are a fucking freeloader.
You know what? Now that I know you like it, I'm not giving it to you for free. Go on OnlyFans and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. That it would never go on OnlyFans, though, because they're fucking freeloaders.
Right. It's a hell of a conundrum.
There's no free tier on OnlyFans.
They're just somewhere listening to this at work with their headphones in, tweaking their nipples.
OnlyFans free is just someone showing their ankles.
Right.
Yes, we had a great time, and we had a great first podcast. Again, y'all missed it. Some great discussions. Andy, we got any feedback?
We do. I was actually just checking our YouTube feedback because I start there. So, yeah, we have a couple comments. One is from AJ from last week's Monday episode. I disagree with Rod about Nora Blackface Fina. Is that Aquafina? That's why about it.
Nora, is that her name, Nora?
Yeah, Nora from Queens.
Okay.
That's why I bought a ticket to see Respect and then went to see Shang-Chi.
Yeah, keep that same energy. I feel you. I know you don't. I know you boycott Don Cheadle too.
Stammer said on YouTube, Trini's, as we say in the Caribbean, real vex with Nikki. Trini's, real vex with Nikki. Trini's minding their business, eating roti and doubles and hoping and praying for Carnival 2022. And she came and put Trinidad in this mess. Trinidad was known for Carnival, Calypso, Soca, and Steel Pan. Now Nikki tarnished the country with her cousin's friend's swollen balls.
Everybody knows that's a lie.
Right.
So everybody knows that's a lie. It started off as a lie. My cousin's friends. That's the beginning of a lie.
That's the girlfriend
really?
that goes
Your
to school
cousin's
across
friend.
town.
Does he go to the other school across town?
No, she's a cheerleader, dude. But she can't make it to prom because she going out of town, but we would shut it down.
I'll show you. I got a picture somewhere. I don't have it with me.
Yeah.
Also, I think perhaps the smoke would never made it to just Trinidad in general. It didn't give Trinidad a bad name, I don't think. I think people just focused on Nicki Minaj. So hopefully Trinis will not feel some of the sting.
Trini shouldn't feel any damn thing. They shouldn't. Ain't got shit to do with them.
Right. We got a comment from. Actually, we got a message on Patreon because you can send us messages. Hey everyone, it's from Rob. Hey everyone, it's not covered in the Thursday show. Please give an update on what Randolph went with as the replacement for his air fryer.
Not yet. I'm going to go to Kohl's and just buy one. I was thinking about going through Amazon again, but I'm like, I'm gonna go actually look at some different selections up close and personal. So
do you have requirements?
You'll know.
Do you have like particular minimum, like you need a rotisserie, for example?
What I need is one that I can open and flip stuff easy. I can't
Okay.
use a basket anymore. That's out.
Yeah. So that's
So,
number
although you
one.
can flip in a basket, but you can't. They try. Hey, you can stack it. I'm like, I ain't stacking shit in a basket.
No, you're not
Who's
gonna.
doing
That's.
that?
But the steak sizzle plate and the little kebab attachment, like that's secondary.
Yeah, I would kind of like that. I like the rotisserie attachment.
Yeah, I don't use the basket for French fries that spins.
I've done it.
I tried it a couple
Fine.
times and I didn't really care for it, but I also did wings in that a couple times and it was like no difference and harder to clean. But I do use the rotisserie at least from time to time. I think that's a necessary feature for me.
Yeah, I like the rotisserie though. That I do like. So I like that, being able to put the shit on a spit and turn it.
Right.
So we'll see.
And yeah, well, Facebook will be first to know.
James in the chat room is looking for some air fryer recommendations. My first one was that Go Wise. They're fine. It just crapped out. It was like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, it might have just been maybe let's not make it all about that brand. Maybe it's just
I would say get the one. Always get a rotisserie. Get something that has a rotisserie. You will use a rotisserie.
Pork loins are good on the rotisserie.
Yeah.
We got a comment on last week's Thursday episode from Steven. I don't think Kanye's album was whack, really. I thought it was mediocre at best, but not dumpster juice. In reality, both Drake and Kanye's albums are 3 out of 5 albums at best, but they do different things. Kanye is all about I'm trying something different that's going to be the future of music. Drake's is about I'm here to entertain and make you dance. Between the two mediocre albums, the one that makes you dance will win every time. You can't rattle the trunk to Jesus Lord.
So
I'm not listening. So
let me
this
tell
is
you why
wrong.
that's not true. There's a little man you may know by the name of Kirk Franklin. And absolutely, he had everybody's fucking cars knocking with that gospel music. Kanye didn't do that. Like that shit was whack.
Stumping the clubs.
That's true.
And I'm not here to I'm not saying Drake shit is whack or not whack. I just know it had all the top spots on the Billboard, and Kanye's highest spot was below Drake's lowest spot. I think the streets have spoken that the Drake shit is to most people better than Kanye's. Neither album is some type of 5 mic classic, but I don't think anyone was expecting that from them at this point in the game.
Is this the moment though where Kanye kind of becomes kind of old kind of has been? Like, do you think he's going to get the kind of relevance back? I feel like every album from now on, because he's already had a couple before this. Now he's like on a run of like kind of mediocre, like a lot of hype, never lives up to the hype because he overhypes it.
Right.
Is he ever, he's just going to go into that? Because, artists get into their mid 40s and they start to kind of,
lose their fastball sometimes
a little bit, or they lose. There's no more excitement because people know what they have and what they bring. And there's always younger people coming up. So I wonder if Kanye is really going to be that big a deal. Remember when him and 50 Cent put out an album on the same day? And it wasn't a 50 Cent where they were like, they bet each other who was going to sell more or something like that. And then Kanye sold way more. And it was like, oh, okay. So maybe Kanye is on the other side of that conversation now, where it's like, oh, he's just not.
Think like, I guess maybe it would depend on what you think is his worst album.
Yeah.
Maybe some people hate Yeezus. He had that joint that was like 5 songs long last year or 2 years ago, which I don't even count that as an album really, but it was pretty whack. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's this other thing that's happening too, where people around my age they have this weird anti-Drake bias that's seeped into like he's not good. He never was good. No one likes him. And then you look at the Billboard and you're like, well, that's not true.
At all.
Like you don't like him, and that's fine. But there's something that people like about this dude clearly. And I think, I think it's gotten a little out of control. So Drake's album to me is clearly better than Kanye's, but yeah, Kanye is not necessarily trying to do the same thing with that youth pastor rapping that he's doing right now.
On the other side, even if you're really listening to Kanye, what are you listening to it for? Like when he debuts the album, are you listening to it for some good beats and some good rhymes? Or are you really listening to see what kind of a train wreck he's about to throw at us?
The second. for most
Also,
people.
is he like Andy said this about Kanye overhyping it? I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure that's him as much as it's people. Because
Yeah.
like whatever he does, they have this weird love-hate relationship with the guy,
Mhm.
where especially black people clearly do not fuck with him politically, social. Like we do not fuck with him. That he is not a dude that most black people that see, well, I should say it's very divided where a lot of black people seem to truly hate that dude, right? And then there's a lot of black people that kind of like
I'm in that camp.
tolerate him. You know what I'm saying? Where they like, oh, he just be acting up sometimes, but you know, he's such a legend in this game. He's made some great albums and us. So it's like we not gonna kick him out the culture.
Yeah.
But he's clearly not the focal point anymore, except whenever he does an album rollout.
Right.
As soon as he starts an album rollout, every media outlet, every tweet, like people cover everything he's doing. It goes viral on social media if he says anything.
And he knows that.
And it's that weird kind of thing where like if he was some other artist and he did the same actions he's doing, we just be like, oh, fucking weirdos doing that bullshit again. But we can't stop giving him attention.
Yeah. There's also the thing of like the attention and the want to see, like all those kids who went to go see him at Howard. You ain't finna tell me that all of them were there because this is gonna be great, as opposed to some of them being there like, I want to see Kanye freak the fuck out and say I was there, you know. And
it's such a weird relationship because like this rollout, he didn't even do any of that coon stuff he been doing the last two albums.
right.
So people can't even blame.
The chat room is saying that he thinks he does these antics knowing media people go. I don't think so.
Right.
I don't know how savvy he is anymore.
I think he's quite savvy, but
I don't know.
I think he also just needs attention really bad. I mean, whatever that thing is, that void, it's still a deep void for him, even at this point in his life. And he needs attention and he loves the attention. I mean, he'll tweet once and then not tweet again for 6 months. And then he'll tweet one more time and he'll be trending from one tweet. And I think he gets off on that.
And I try to be consistent. It's weird because like he doesn't look for the attention when he doesn't have an album coming out.
Yeah.
So like I think that's what throws people off is like he's unlike a lot of these like people that are younger than us that are becoming celebrities that are always on, like they don't have an album out, but they're on Instagram live every day and tweeting every day. Like he kind of goes away. Then typically according to him, he goes off his meds to create his albums.
Right.
The manic behavior comes back. We react to the manic behavior, kind of feeding it. And then it flames out. The album comes out, and then it seems like we repeat this cycle every time. But yeah, it's such a weird thing because to me, I treat Kanye like almost every celebrity, every entertainer, where like if the shit was hot, I mean, I'd give it I'd admit that it was hot. I'm not one of these weird liar motherfuckers that pretend like the shit is whack because they're mad at the person, but
it's that simple to me.
But the shit is whack. Like it's not like, I mean, someone just wrote in to say it was okay, and I get you. Like, let's say it was okay. Is okay the bar for Kanye for you? Because the bar to me was these 4 and 5 mic albums. This shit to me feel like some afterthought shit. The bars is whack. Maybe it's because I'm not religious, but it feels like how a lot of
music be hitting though. So
right, because Jesus Walks was the shit.
That's not it.
Yeah, I just don't think it sounds kind of uninspired and lazy, and I don't know. Like maybe, but like I said, it could be the religion thing because religion hits with people in a way it don't hit with me. So maybe, he talking about Jesus, and that's a good thing.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't go with that because the religious shit that we listen to be hidden.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, someone in the chat tried to act like
Franklin, Hezekiah Walker. Right. There's a lot of religious groups that be hidden.
Well, nigga, they were playing Kirk Franklin in the club. Yeah. I was alive for it.
They were.
Well, he's also, that's the thing though. He's also not Kirk Franklin. Like he's a guy who did a certain thing, and now he wants to maybe pivot to something else where he doesn't have a lot of expertise in that kind of music. So just because if Kanye formed a rock band, it would be bad rock music, you know?
Mhm.
So there'd be much better rock bands out there to choose over Kanye. I think also with the way everything gets hyped with him, I mean, he did publicly like rent out a stadium to quote unquote finish working on his album. Like now you got to live up to the hype. Like I wonder if he pulled just a midnight release, like, you know, Beyonce style, like no pre-warning, just, hey, new album. I wonder if people would judge it by a different standard. They would just be happy to get a new album from him and judge it based on, oh, look, we didn't know this was even coming out, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel you.
The way we have it now is that he creates so much hype, and
it's such a cyclical. It's like it feeds into itself, is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
someone else could do, because it doesn't start with obviously renting out a stadium. It always starts with some bullshit, and then everyone is like, oh, he wore a fucking hood with no eye covers to a concert. Oh, you know, this mean the album's coming. And I'm like, I thought you hated this nigga. You told me
right.
he was whack and you were never gonna listen to him
They're
again.
there for the spectacle. They ain't there for the. They're there for the spectacle. They ain't there for the music.
Maybe that's a good
You
point.
gotta be on that aspect of him knowing stuff like that. He knows people are there for the spectacle, though. That's why you run a stadium.
Well, it's that's why it sort of turns into more into like performance art. Like the album is like it's just one small piece of the whole thing. You're being entertained, not even by the album. You're being entertained by the creation of the album.
Right.
That's the
because he
entertainment.
doesn't even put, like, he'll change the album.
Yeah.
Like he'll put the album out and then be like, oh, he changed 3 tracks 2 weeks later. And it's like,
Yeah, that's a creative process.
the
that
album
we don't
isn't even
know.
done.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what is this thing with him that we're stuck in? Let's
Well,
end
and
it.
also the thing with like this happens in comedy. You record something and then you think of this great tagline later. You're like, well, this is already out. I already put this out. The audience doesn't know that you have a new tag for it. You can tell them or not, but it's like at some point, like nothing's ever done. At some point, you just have to put it out. But with like, I mean, you know, Pearl Jam, my favorite band, they've put out albums over the years, and then when you go see them live, the song has evolved into something a little bit different. Maybe it's longer. Maybe they have another solo in there for some reason. A lot of artists do that. Like the live show is where it continues to evolve and they put out a live album or something. And these days you don't do a lot of live shows, but I don't know if Kanye's never put out like a live, like a DVD or a Blu-ray. Has he? Because he's had some pretty epic like concert tours.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I don't think he has.
the way songs grow and change after you put them out, usually you have to go see the person live to see that. And they can release live clips. You could have a YouTube channel with like, you know, archival live clips of songs that are way different from how they sound on the album. But to change the song over and over again, it's like you gotta just put it out. Like it's out. You know, if it's gonna evolve, put out a remix album, you know, in a year or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I just give him the same energy I give Aquafina, dog. If you make something dope, I'll admit it, and I'll just leave it at that.
He ain't made nothing dope though.
Exactly.
Right. So
She's killing these movie roles
Good at what
enough
she
to make
does.
people buy tickets to other movies and go
But
see her shit. That's how
she
come she's
ain't-
killing it.
She ain't, you know, he ain't doing nothing.
All right.
Nothing that we want to fuck with. And Drake apparently is. You know,
I mean,
for
say
me,
what you want to
for me, it's
about Drake, but
Drake's not
Drake shit
making
is
money.
the most
Drake's not making music for me,
non-offensive.
So I don't give a fuck.
Drake got the most non-offensive misogyny I've ever heard. It's all just
and people
milk
get,
toast misogyny.
right. People get on their high horse talking about this massage. Bitch has been around forever. Snoop Dogg, face down, ass up. Like people act like this is the first time they ever heard misogyny. No, you just old.
Yeah, we got old and now we acting like no one else has a license to do the shit we did. So
Right.
I just hate that feeling of, like, at least with Kanye, I understand where the disdain came from, but this other shit feel like old.
Yes.
I mean, it could be. We got anything else?
We got
Andy?
we got a couple more. We got a comment from Raymond. Finally back in Japan. Because Raymond came here and got, I think, vaccinated
Got back, yeah.
and sat in the chat once or twice. Finally back in Japan. It was great to sit on a few shows. Now I'm stuck in quarantine for 2 weeks. Well, now just one left. I let the episode stack up so I'd have something to listen to, and it didn't disappoint. I agree with Rod that some people are just looking to fight. When I flew to Kentucky, a lady got out of her seat right after the plane landed and almost got into a fight with the attendants because she thought she could get off the plane and walk across the runway to her connection, I guess.
What?
And
No.
people love to get up right when the plane lands. Like, stay in your seat. They'll tell you when you can get up.
Right.
And the attendant has to get rude on my domestic to LA with people who didn't put on their masks correctly. Also,
Not
excuse
covering
while
their noses.
I'm sure the attendant. There should be a flight attendant podcast where they just air all of their
Yeah.
all the
their
bullshit they
grievances.
see.
Yeah.
I had to listen to that.
Yeah.
Flight attendant, flight attendant Festivus.
Yeah, they talking about passing laws and shit because they was like, this is ridiculous. We tired of this.
Welcome to another episode of Check Out What These Motherfuckers Did.
Right.
Raymond said also, excuse while I laugh at the idea that Obama killed rock and roll. Europe is big for rock and metal. Japan is big for rock as well. But then again, it's mostly because, like you guys said, they got old and aren't looking for new music. Streaming services is what make it possible for a lot of K-pop to get through. And anime openings are full of popular Japanese rock acts, which is probably not what they are looking for. But Spotify and Apple Music will allow you to find so much music. Lastly, that unfortunate young man and the USB cable. I was not prepared, and I'll have to think before I have dinner while listening to you guys. You didn't see the picture of the bloody USB
right?
cable.
Woo.
Yeah, it was rough.
Didn't expect that.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got emails. We got an email from Malik. Hey, y'all, first time, long time. I was a sub for a while, but I had to become a hashtag freeloader while I paid some bills. Been a big fan of the show for years now. Anyway, I hope Rod and Karen figured out that snake situation. Me and my partner were scrolling through TikTok not too long ago, and I figured this is the kind of foolishness y'all would laugh about. Let me pull up this TikTok. Yeah, you got the snake out of there, right?
I mean, we didn't do shit. The snake ain't been back. So I guess he got the message. I don't know.
He went home.
We sprayed him with some bug spray. He didn't seem to like
Some
that too
wall
much.
spray. He was like, ooh, nasty.
Yeah. So
This is the TikTok.
I like how everybody acts like there was a thing we could have done.
You decapitated with a shovel. That's
I
Texas
don't, right.
style.
I live in an
I don't
apartment
know.
with, I don't have a shovel.
Oh, you don't know how to get rid of snakes? Seriously?
I know. I'm not a man. I called the people with the shovels. They didn't make it out in time.
All right, this is a TikTok from official Patrick Johnson, as opposed to the unofficial Patrick Johnson.
Shout out to unofficial Patrick Johnson. That's who I fuck with.
Sorry about that, Patrick Johnson _1, wherever you are.
Be careful about what you expose your children to.
You know, this Princess Tiana, little Barbie doll, nice little, cute little Barbie doll, you know. Almost there, almost there. People gonna come from everywhere, almost there. This the princess from Princess and the Frog. Y'all, I don't know what we doing these days. Y'all let me see, listen, my baby wants LOL dolls. I said, okay, you remember when they used to look like, look, even this nice little wholesome little Barbie right here, you know. Let it go, let it go.
What's she talking about?
Can't hold it back. I'm upset, y'all, because my daughter asked for some LOL dolls. She asked for some LOL dolls. Look at these dolls they giving our babies this eye come out the box.
All right.
That is pretty
LOL
funny.
dolls.
That's hilarious.
They have like fishnet stocking. They look like strippers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty fun.
I wanted to hate on this dude, but he's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, he got me in the third act. He was taking too long to set it up, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got me.
he's right.
She got, oh, what is we doing, y'all? Look, she thick with it and everything. She got panties on. I said, oh my God. I said, oh, maybe it's just that one. I said, maybe it's just,
Does
maybe,
it come
you know,
with a
there's-
whip?
it was 4 of them in the box. It was 4 of them in the box, my baby. She said, I want the Edowell back there. I want the Edowell toy. I want the Edowell surprise. You know, it's surprise. This is what Daddy pulled out the box. I said, okay. Maybe it's just that one, right? Maybe it's just that. No, this one dressed up like a hoochie too. What are we doing to our children, y'all?
They're all Pog dolls.
Yeah,
doll.
Pog doll.
Hog ho dog.
His daughter was like, I like white dolls more better.
This one looks a little different, but the same scantily clad. I mean, bare midriff kind of look going
Lots
on.
of makeup. Yeah,
Tons of makeup.
it is funny.
What are we doing to our children? What? Look, she got a donkey. Look,
Let's have a dog.
look, y'all. This is how she dressed. So I said, baby, go get the. I said, surely, baby, come with some clothes, and you just gotta put the clothes on. I said, baby, go get the clothes. No, this was my daughter brought me. She said, that's her clothes, Dad. That's her clothes. Look, yeah, ain't covered up nothing. That ain't covered up nothing. We gotta be careful what we giving our children, y'all. Look. That little friend too. She probably want to. Look at the booty meat and everything, man. Look, what are we doing with our children? Y'all gotta be careful. Look, so I said maybe them grown ones will stay away from them. Now, even the little babies dressed up like a hoochie. Look at the little baby booty meat and everything, man. Pantyhose and everything. What are we doing?
Baby's booty meat.
Look. They got a whole gang of them. Look, she got on the same thing too. Let me get it in focus. She got look. And it say bad baby. What are we doing to our kids, y'all? You gotta be careful when you bring your kids around. Listen, I don't even know how my daughter love these little dolls now. I don't even know how to take them away from her. But I don't want her thinking this is the way women dress. Now, if you in the privacy of your bedroom with your husband, that's one thing. But we don't. Come on now, not the kids. Come on, not the kids. Why can't we just go back to Tiana, man? Talking about some almost there. I was almost there. You know, Princess and the Frog. Like, well, get on down to bayou. Or why can't we go back to this? You know? Why? What's going on, y'all? Help me, America. What are we doing? What are we doing? Not America. This what we doing? Is this what we doing? This, you know what? Come on.
All right.
He's speechless.
I think I might have gotten to the bottom of this.
Patrick Johnson love the kids.
See, the LOL dolls have two things. They have the grown-up version and the kid version.
Now the kids he said had baby meat. baby booty meat. So I don't know.
So let's just try the grown-up version first. 10% off your first order, by the way. So, okay, so these look like maybe women of the night, perhaps.
Yeah,
I know what I'm getting for my birthday.
Look like they'd have been on Fort Bragg Boulevard.
Right.
Shout out to Fairview.
I want some hoes for my birthday.
Yeah, I don't know. How did he?
They got outfits. They got the outfits from Hookers on the Point.
I like how there's no man dolls to be the pimp.
Right.
Now listen here, bitch. You gonna this the bitch right now.
He gonna have a cane, a top hat.
It'll be Barbie and Kenny Red.
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
Pip and Kenny Red.
I'm trying to.
Yes, come on, Pip and Ken.
Pip and Ken doll.
Comes with accessories. Exclusive vault.
Yes, his accessories, strong pin.
So with a cane.
Are we still in the kids one, or is this the adult?
This is the grown-up one. That's what I'm looking for. Like, because this is like a dollhouse. It's not a strip club.
Where did he find?
Yeah, where did he find the stripper clothes ones?
I don't know. I clicked on the grown-ups. Like maybe I didn't. Maybe I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, so
all right,
grown-ups. Yeah, he might. How did he buy the stripper ones? Because even the grown-ups will look like kids ones.
Oh no, where did he get his from?
Yeah, those look. I mean, not. They look fine to me.
He found them.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go to the kids section then.
Okay.
Where is it for kids?
Somebody said they said them at Target and Walmart.
They got another one that's just like for hoes. Oh, okay. That's what he.
Hoes need dolls too.
Ask for right. Representation matters.
Okay, so the kids ones, they all look the same.
Yeah, I can't really tell the difference anyway between kids and adults.
Is that a black? Was that Foxy Brown?
Oh, look at her hair though.
That's Foxy Brown.
Laces.
Get ready.
There's a movie?
Your favorite LOL surprise characters are making a movie. LOL Surprise, the movie.
Wait, what? We're all making a movie?
It's the biggest. The fiercest.
You know it.
Most epic.
I'll show you a makeover.
Most LOL surprise.
Ready for your close-up? I was born ready.
That's Foxy Cleopatra right there.
I don't know, but I love it.
Surprise ever.
It's alive! She's intense. Give me a light. Camera.
You can let his kids see this. What's wrong with this?
I mean,
There's nothing wrong with this one.
They're a
Click
little
on the
bit.
adult movie. Let's see what that one was.
Yeah, this is for children right here.
The adult movie is a totally different type of movie.
Yeah, I want to see whatever the
They
line that he
they don't
bought.
have an LOL after dark. Are
This
we
is
missing that?
I think it was the Tweens one. I don't know. All-Star BBs, that stand for Brazilian butt lifts. What is
Boys series is a boys series. Maybe that's it.
LOL blacked. Are we missing that?
Right, yeah, like I don't know what his problem was now that I see these other ones.
Yeah, did he get some bootleg shit? Did he order from like a non-sanctioned website?
Right.
Maybe
'Cause
it's
he's-
a nah surprise. Nah see surprise.
Nah. We not out here on the streets.
I mean, so far I haven't found the ones.
I don't even see any that are offensive.
Jane said he bought it from the
I'm with
barbershop.
Jane. Jane said he bought it at the barbershop.
I think maybe he pulled a fast one on the internet.
Oh,
That
wait a
was a
minute. There's
funny
an
thing.
article about the controversy
Well,
around
my
hidden
bad, the-
sexual messaging.
The best part about that video was that he was able to stay ignorant the whole time, but he never crossed the line into like outright offensive. Like he really walked that line. Like he wasn't like, they look like some hoes, man. Look what they bitches doing. Like he never crossed over to like where you had to get off his side. You like, I can see how a parent would be surprised by this.
Okay, now this is a video from 2020 on Twitter.
Okay.
My friend sent me this. This is her 5-year-old daughter's LOL surprise doll. Not okay.
I don't. Okay. Well,
Okay,
you're
so
making a
naked little
judgment
baby
for us.
doll.
Sound a little biased.
Dip it in water. Pull it out. Wait a
That
minute.
is some whole shit right there.
Man, someone did that to that doll. It didn't come like that. Get the fuck out of here.
This is not okay. It's wearing a G-string.
They're having a lot of fun on the internet on our expense. I'm sure of it.
Because I said that don't make sense.
Yeah,
The joke was that he put the dolls' heads on dolls that he dressed like stripper. Okay, maybe that's what happened.
Okay, official Patrick Johnson over here is pulling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he getting us.
Yeah, he got us. That's I was about to say. That didn't make no. It was a funny joke though, but there's no company that would do that.
I'm about to say all the outrage.
Right.
But their website does have.
you wouldn't be the first one.
You ain't selling it in a regular store.
Right.
No, you can't go to Target and buy the stripper, the pimp and can or whatever.
Yeah.
But there is an adult section on the website for whatever for grown-ups.
Mm.
Maybe that's just because they for shit to buy for their kids. We got one more email from Russ. The TBGWT live show was more than worth it. It was an absolute pleasure to see Andy and Randolph on stage doing stand-up. My lady and I were in the kitchen bent over laughing. Thank you, Karen, Rod, Justin, and that Crown Apple LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to Crown, the
Apple
real
was-
MVP.
Crown.
The Crown was the MVP, I think, of the night.
Yeah, I was very huggy after I looked at the pictures after the show. I was like, oh yeah, I was drunk.
Yeah, that was the MVP.
I lost my phone on the way to the car. It was bad.
He was real demanding. Karen, you driving? You know this, right?
Right.
Yes, Roderick, I know that. You driving? You know that, right? Yes, I know. Because I'm drunk.
Right.
He was very demanding backstage.
Did you drop your phone or did you just?
I just dropped it. I don't know what happened.
It was hilarious. We were
I was walking. 2 cops walked out of this door, and maybe I was just so startled by the fact that I was drunk in public and they were cops, and just old habits die hard. The fucking phone just jumped out of my pocket.
Yeah, we got to the elevator. We was trying to find out what deck we was on. I was like, Roger, did you take a picture? Then he was like, oh shit, my phone. I was like, you just had it 3 seconds ago.
And my wallet was in the bag, so I'm glad that the cops actually had my phone, and they were like, can you tell me what's on the phone? I was like, it's a flower case. He was like, oh yeah, here you go, man. You have a good night.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, all right, we're not gonna defund you tonight, but tomorrow I'm gonna be back on your ass.
Defund the police.
Right. I was like, this the kind of shit y'all should always be doing.
This is a protection to serve.
Right. Stop shooting people and pick up phones, niggas. You know what I mean? Lost phones. Need help in America.
Yeah, but I did. Roger even did an Instagram live. Roger don't never do Instagram live. I'm like, oh, he must be real drunk. He doing Instagram live.
Yeah, I thanked everybody. I didn't save it, so I don't remember everything that was said, but it was a lot of thanks and love.
You put out some. Even your drunk tweets are still wholesome. You understand what I'm saying?
I did see one drunk tweet. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it kind of makes sense.
It was like, haters, look, I love y'all, but haters out here trying to hate. And if you hate what we doing, fuck y'all. But if you come around, I love you though. It's like,
yeah, I think I pinned it.
Rod.
I pinned it. That was like the second to last tweet. I was like, I should go to bed. This is clearly, I'm in super drunk territory. I gotta go.
Maybe that phone should have stayed lost.
It probably should have.
Yeah, I'm driving and it was hilarious. I was like, Roger said something. I started chiming in and he was like, hey, you just drive. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to drive, dude. I'm just going to drive. I don't want to interrupt the concentration.
I fell asleep.
At one point, he told Karen, grown men are talking. I'm sure he said that.
I know I didn't say that because my face didn't hurt the next morning. So I don't think I said that.
Karen.
But at one point, I fell asleep and I woke up and I had watched the whole Hulu series apparently because it never stopped. So
when I went to sleep early last night though. We got back. I was out by about 9:30. Y'all both took naps.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I took a nap.
I came in. I walked right into, hey, I need you to do, I walked right into that. And then I drove up to the Coach store. So let me go try these shoes on. So while I'm here, let me go try these shoes on.
Yeah, I had to take a nap because, like I said, I don't know why we woke up early in the morning.
I don't know. Karen was up. I went to sleep when we got home, and then I woke up because Karen wasn't in the bed, so I went to go get her to be like, "Hey, you all right?" It was like 5 a.m. I was like, "You sleeping on the couch now?" She was like, "Oh, I fell asleep," and I was like, "Okay, come to bed." And then I think she couldn't really sleep, so she wanted to go get breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as soon as we got breakfast and got home, she conked out. And then I stayed up a couple more hours, and then I conked out till like 11 o'clock last night. Or something like that.
I did that nap. When we got home, I did that thing where you go to sleep and it's light out and you wake up and it's dark. You're like, I don't know what day this is.
Where am I?
What's happening?
Morning? Yeah, because I had set my alarm for like a 2-hour nap, and clearly at some point I just turned that off because it wasn't going off. And then I woke up and I was just like, I was all disoriented for a while.
Like my sleep schedule was fucked up last night because the other thing was we had a couple errands to run yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We had a 3:30 meeting with this advertising thing that a different one than the one we talked about backstage, but some people that was like, oh, we can get ads for you and shit. So I was like, fuck, why did I schedule this shit the day after my birthday? I knew I didn't want to do this shit. And then we had to go pick up our posters that were left over. Mm-hmm. And so as soon as we got home, that was when I was like, all right, now I'm going to sleep. And I woke up and was like, I think I woke up to Andy's text being like, just woke up. What day is it? I was like, it's a good point. I can relate to this. Very relatable text.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Got anything else? We good?
That's it for the comments. If anyone wants to comment or you can comment on Patreon, you can tweet at us at 3guyson, and you can also email us 3guyson@gmail.com. And remember, pledge drive, leave some iTunes reviews.
Yeah.
We haven't set a hard deadline on it, but we are going to at some point pick one of the reviewers to get to not be a freeloader, basically for a year. So we're still working on that.
Speaking of that, Rohan from Reconstructed Fitness, who is sponsoring a year's for a listener, a year behind the paywall, told me to let y'all know about. He wants me to tell Andy to check out the West Side Guns album.
Oh yeah, Petey's big on them. Yeah.
If you're a Griselda fan,
I mean, I like they're talented. Drug rap, I take in small doses because it's kind of like every song is the same. Like how many ways can you rhyme scale with something else? And so it's all about weighing drugs and portioning them out and selling them. And I mean, that's why I couldn't really get all that into Pusha T either, because it was like every song is about all the drugs you sell, So I like them, but small doses. Petey's a big fan.
He said it's not for me. He said for you, it would be for you. He says he knows how I like old man rap. This is a little too grimy for me.
I talked to Petey about it. Petey's a big fan.
New York. It's New York gutter cellar rhymes.
They're from Buffalo, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cormega used to be my dude for the drug raps back in the day. That motherfucker only rapped about drugs. It didn't matter who he was a guest. Like if he did a guest verse on your shit, it was gonna be about drugs.
Yeah.
It could be a love song. He'd be like, I love to sell cocaine though.
He also thinks you'll like it, right?
Dear mama, you want some drugs?
I haven't given, I gave him a little run, Randolph.
Yeah.
They straight, this is thing that's happening where we getting old and like niggas really just want old to listen to the same shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, this reminds me of the 90s. And I'm like, that's cool, but just go listen to that shit then. Like, I want to hear what's the new shit. What are the kids listening to? What's the thing I never heard that's gonna make me be like, wow, this guy's really fucking talented. I want that feeling again. So I'm always I'm not chasing nostalgia as much as these other guys my age are. Yeah. So if you chasing nostalgia, I think you will like it. And because it's not like they whack or nothing. I was just listening to them in the car this morning. They had a song with West Side Gun got a song with Ludacris that was hard as fuck. But I don't know, man. I want to hear some different shit.
Yeah, Roger has to be my translator because I'd be like, what's that? What is that? And he had to explain it to me because I don't be knowing shit.
I've become about lyrics too. So if it's just gonna be drug, then that's not gonna do it for me.
And I've always been a lyrics guy, you know, more than flow, more than a bunch of other shit. But you know, I'll try to branch out. You know, I can be convinced that I think 2 Chainz is not a talented lyricist, but that motherfucker has some funny bars and some catchy songs, and it's enough for me to be like, I'll check him out every once in a while. But
don't you mean Titty Boy?
Titty Boy, yeah.
Or like Benny the Butcher put out an album called "The Plugs I Met" a couple years ago, and he's part of that Griselda gang, right? So
yeah,
he had Black Thought on a song, so that's what drew me in. And it was like a mixtape, like 7 songs, 8 songs. But I kept just rewinding back to the Black Thought song and just his verse in particular, because he killed it, of course. And so the rest of the album was fine. I mean, there's a Pusha T song on there, of course, where it's like, you know, it's extra about drugs.
Right.
And, you know, there's some good stuff on it. But to me, it was like the high watermark was the first song, which was a song with Black Thought on it.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to get it to this kid, Baby Keem, because he did a song with Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick's verse was so fucking flames. I just kept rerunning the song, and then I was like, wait a minute, the kid can actually rap a little bit too. And it looks like his old shit wasn't that good. It wasn't that lyrical.
Yeah.
But since he started fucking with Kendrick, you know, I don't know if it's a ghostwriting situation or what, but he got another song with Kendrick that also has a pretty good shit. So I give him a run, you know, that's how I get into artists too. But and then some of these little motherfuckers, dog, that be on Drake's album, like their guest verses were so hard that it made me go like, oh, okay, so this motherfucker can actually rap. Let me go find him not around a whack ass nigga and see if I enjoy that more than this shit with Kanye. Unless you know think it's a 3 out of 5 and it's not whack.
Right. It's fine.
Everything's subjective.
Yeah,
Crowns for Kings. That's a song Black Thought with Benny the Butcher. That's I recommend that highly.
He also wasn't thought. Is that the one where he shouts out Bomani Jones in it, or that's a different verse?
I don't know. I gotta go back and listen. I haven't listened to it in a while.
Because he got another verse where he shouted out Bo in one of those like West Side Gun type posse cut type collabs, you know, old school style.
Yeah.
Bo was talking to I guess Vinny Goodwill last week. And he got me thinking about this because Vinny was lighting that dude from Golden State up.
Wiggins.
Yeah. Vinny is out of patience with these motherfuckers. He is way out of patience.
A lot of people are. Yeah. They're like, this shit is dumb.
You know, he's saying the same shit we're all saying. It's like, all the shit you put in your body, and this is where you draw the line. This is where you have religious exemption.
Because he's not afraid, man. Like Stephen A. Smith even came out against it, dog. It's like nobody's afraid of pissing these dudes off anymore because it's like y'all are wrong. It's not a agree to disagree, man. It's a fucking virus.
Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
Right. And we want it to end, and it ends with as many people getting a shot as possible.
But they're doing their research, Karen.
Right.
Like they're doing their
doctor.
They're doing their research at Hobby Lobby. Like they're not at the library. I mean, like, they're in the wrong place.
Michael Smith, Vinny was on Michael Smith's pod, the brother from another pod, and on Bomani's pod, and it was like Michael Smith was like, listen, if you're doing research, right? You have millions of control subjects walking around who have all gotten shots. You have millions of control subjects to look at. If you're truly doing research, you have all your control subjects, so what you waiting on? If you're doing research.
Well, now they're not, the research is not like studying, it's time. We don't know the long-term effects of the vaccine, so we just have to sit here and wait a year or 5 years.
What else? You don't know the long-term effects of COVID. You just know it's going to be bad.
Right.
There's nothing good is going to come from the long-term effects of COVID.
But you're taking the vaccine on purpose. And so they're saying, well, I'm going to try not to catch COVID. So why would I wouldn't give myself COVID on purpose either. So I'm not going to give myself the vaccine on purpose.
Well, because that's how viruses work.
Like the virus cares.
Yeah, that's how viruses work. Maybe you catch it, maybe right. That's how.
This also goes into my. This also goes into my theory that so far it's very anecdotal. Okay, it's not scientific. Haven't seen anybody's anti-vax that I respected before they came out. Like. Right. Still batting about 1,000 on he seemed like the type. I saw your shot selection.
That's what Michael Smith said about Kyrie. He was like, he always been like this. So he's keeping the same energy. So
is Kyrie not vaccinated?
Kyrie was like, I'm not getting vaccinated. And then literally a day ago, whoever was in charge of the Knicks was like, okay, we're 100% vaccinated. And you might want to check that, but I'm pretty sure
the Knicks are the Nets.
That's the Knicks, not the Nets.
Well,
Kyrie on the Nets.
Oh, Kyrie's with the Nets? The Nets?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know if he's not vaccinated.
Who do the Knicks have? Because they mentioned somebody else.
And start doing like football. They're going to start cutting you from the team.
I'm thinking Brooklyn. Yeah, he's with Brooklyn Nets, because it's like, what's their percentages then?
I'm looking on an article that says basically the rumor is that Kyrie's not vaccinated.
If it's a rumor, then he's not. Because you know what you never heard? The rumor is he's vaccinated. You ain't heard that rumor.
Now they did say Irvin was photographed September 12th at a WNBA game in Los Angeles between the Sparks and Seattle Storm. California requires attendees at indoor mega events over 1,000 people either be fully vaccinated or have received a negative COVID-19 test.
They might have let that boy in. That's the thing. It's like motherfuckers is just letting people into this shit. So
we'll find out though for sure when the season starts, because I think New York's one of those places you can't even be in the venue if you're not vaccinated.
That's the problem with Andrew Wiggins too, because all of his home games at Golden State, it's not like he would just miss some road games. His home city has a similar rule. So he would have to miss every home game, plus whatever road games.
So this 26-year-old boy is doing his research.
It's gonna come down to the NBA PA. What are they willing to do? Are they willing to say cut these guys loose? Or are they gonna be like, listen, our job is to fight for the players?
That's what Vinny Goodwill
got to fight for him.
Vinny Goodwill was like, cut him now, cut him. Cut him. You can't be around him. Cut him. Kyrie Irving, cut him. He was like, just cut him. You can't be around here because you fucking up the team. You fucking up everybody. Which again, it just shows you how much bullshit it, all this rah-rah sports talk, this shit you hear about. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Yeah, we're all teammates up until there's something that really I feel like I don't want to be a part. And then I don't give a fuck about this team.
Yeah, and just like the general, they're people. So just like the general public, like when Delta was like, "Oh, we're gonna charge you extra $200 a month," motherfucker got shots. When people came out and be like, "Hey, it's gonna be punishment behind this," people will get them shots because you're not turning down your $1 million contracts because of a free shot.
Yeah, because I gotta do my research, so I'm gonna wait till the last minute. You know,
this woman she's a teacher, special education assistant. She went into her elementary school wearing.
Well, she's already fairly dark now in that picture.
Dark makeup and compared herself to Rosa Parks.
Well, it's not a diss.
You're not the what?
Newburgh School.
They want to be oppressed so badly.
So bad.
Newburgh School worker in blackface.
They want to pick up oppression so badly.
Claims
don't want this
segregation.
shit.
The Newburgh School employee who showed up to work September 17th wearing blackface and calling herself Rosa Parks, a reference to a civil rights icon who fought against segregation on public buses, remains defiant. Lauren Pefferle, the Mabel Rush Elementary School special education assistant at the heart of the controversy, was first identified by Pamplin Media Group. Despite nationwide blowback to her actions with her employment at risk, Pefferle spoke on conservative Portland radio host Lars Larson's show on Thursday, September 23rd. She said she is still on administrative leave and admitted to darkening her skin and playing the part of Rosa Parks.
Thank you. Brandon in chat room says she has that spicy white look. You're right. She does have that.
Well, that might be the picture after the makeup.
Yeah.
She says, I feel
that's true.
I feel segregated because I am unvaccinated. Something is wrong here.
What is segregated, bitch? What is segregated?
They don't know what it means.
Tell me what it is. Tell me what segregated means.
The next day I went to work.
Segregated.
And
not that you are, you feel.
I did put on some darker color on my skin part that showed. I was going about my morning duties, and as there were opportunities to talk to staff, I would say I am representing Rosa Parks today regarding segregation. When I was briefly talking with a certain employee, she was very comfortable not letting me be fully heard and marched over to the principal's office.
That employee was a black woman.
She's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about today.
Not here for that bullshit.
And you know what? She probably done some other borderline bullshit, and she was like, "Oh, this is enough. Yeah. This is enough for Becky. I'm tired of you."
You are 100% right, Karen. I am done with you now.
Trust. She's been reported to before. That's probably why they put on administrative leave. She's probably been falling out with coworkers. This shit don't happen overnight.
Yeah, that black woman walks into work every day knowing one of these days is going to be the day for that woman.
Yep. It's either she leaves or I might choke her out. So.
Right. What's her name? This woman?
Pefferle. What's her first name?
Lori, I think. Was it Lori? No.
Lauren.
Yeah. That every day that black woman gets up and is like, today might be the day Lauren tries it.
Yeah. She was like, she didn't let me finish talking. Yeah. She probably seen you and seen that makeup and marched right on to the principal's office.
I already know how this conversation took place. What's that? What the fuck do you have on your face?
That's that break room. That's that break room conversation. What the fuck are you?
She's like, I'm representing Rosa Parks. Oh,
bitch, okay. Who did you just say?
Yeah, not just the break room. Any room she saw her in blackface was the room. So if it was the hallway, it was, what the fuck do you have on your face? So this is like oppression. What's happening? Do you know about the mask mandate? All right. Packing my shit up, going to the office.
Like, where are you going? What?
I don't feel heard right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, kids, cover your ears. What the fuck?
I heard exactly what the fuck you said.
Pefferle said she told Mabel Rush principal Tim Lauer that she was dressed as Rosa Parks and that he immediately told her to go talk with Human Resources.
Yeah, because he was like, fantastic. I'm done with your ass.
Just like they did Rosa Parks.
Fantastic.
She got to talk to Human Resources.
I am done with you. Fantastic.
You know what oppressed people don't have? Human Resources.
Come on.
Right. I did have darker skin makeup on my face and my hands and the parts of my body that were showing my skin. I never once saw the word blackface because I honestly don't even know what that term. I don't know what people mean by that, and I don't use that language.
You don't know? You don't know? Really?
Don't believe you.
Larson was also asked Pefferle if she felt there was anything wrong with what she did. I don't, she said.
I don't.
Well, now you're unemployed. So.
Well, she's currently, I think, on leave.
Oh, she gone. She done. She can't go back in that school.
Right.
She can't go back in that school. There's no way.
I want to
protest.
Now I want to see her first day back.
She's a special education assistant. She's like a part of.
We can get another one of those.
Come on and tell this story because I get frustrated when I hear somebody's been knocked out of their job, perhaps temporarily, decided to protest, and what?
A week ago, on Thursday, September 16th.
Oh, that voice.
And in the middle of my work day, I was on my way to lunch. A teacher approached me.
I was in my work day dressed as Rosa Parks.
Indicated to me that basically there was a demand that I was not allowed to work with a particular student that I had been working with since the beginning of this school year. Wasn't allowed to work with this student anymore, and that I needed to be 6 feet apart from all students starting right away.
Right away.
And there was no thoughtful plan provided for the students or the staff as to how to go about this transition.
Get the fuck out of there.
It was just demanded on us right away.
It was not a thoughtful plan. Although they thought about it.
They didn't think about me first and only me like I did.
I guarantee you there was a fucking memo that went out and you didn't want to follow the rules. So you were protesting. Then you go, oh, y'all actually going to execute the rules? Yes, bitch, we're going to execute the memo.
Here's the plan. Don't wear blackface and wear a mask.
Yeah, I think because she's talking about the 16th. So I think the next day was when she came back. Her response was to put on blackface.
And these are, special education students. And so they have certain needs and certain goals.
Yeah, like
and
teachers who are vaccinated.
Extra layers.
Right, they might be at high risk.
And there was just some chaos there because we all weren't sure how to go about this moving forward.
No, we all were.
And so
what are you talking about?
That's chaos, all right? Chaos that you charged.
We were. It was
you
so
started
confusing. They told us about this months ago. We got several emails. We had meetings. Nobody knows what to do.
Trust.
I came back and I was just kind of there and 6 feet apart and didn't really have a whole lot to do for the rest of that day. And so I went home and I thought, I feel segregated. I feel segregated because I am unvaccinated. Something is wrong here. And so the next day I went to work and I did put on some darker color on my skin part that showed. And I was going about my morning duties. And as there was opportunity.
All right. That's the end of that clip.
So they told you to follow the rules, put on a mask, and do 6 feet. You went home. It was like, you know what? I feel oppressed.
I feel just like how a black person felt.
I feel segregated.
When a whole system was just aligned against them.
I went back home to my all-white neighborhood, and I thought I feel segregated at school. I'm not vaccinated.
She'll be on Bill Maher's show this Friday.
Right. Why do we need a black national anthem and a American national anthem? I just think there's one America, one maskless, unvaccinated America.
Yeah, and you're dealing with special needs kids. You know, there are a lot of parents that are suing school systems because they was like, look, my child is special needs and y'all can't be fucking breathing all up in their face, giving them coronavirus. There are a lot of them, depending on the situation, I already have to be in and out of the hospital.
Nope. I don't want you near my child breathing all over him. No, sir.
Right.
Yeah, and you might have to be more diligent to make sure they're masked and keeping their masks on and all that.
Right.
No, sir.
I mean, this is a common thing. Everyone's using segregation now as their
because we all understand that racism is the worst thing that's ever happened in this country. But it's
which is why we can't teach it in schools. Okay, we don't need critical race theory, Randolph.
Right. You're right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Which we don't actually teach in regular school. This is a college level course.
Yeah, it's a college level course.
What we don't need is people learning. Honestly, this is what white people should use as their argument against critical race theory. You see what they do when they learn the word segregation? Now you really want to arm them with some actual in-depth knowledge because they'll just get worse.
I also have a dream. I want to go.
Bill Maher quote quote Dr. King too? Didn't he? Do that?
He quoted an author who
him.
quoted Dr. King.
Oh,
Yeah, they all like to quote us after we dead.
Yeah, the go-to.
Mm-hmm.
The go-to.
Taking you out of context.
You sure that's what he wanted us to do?
They always gotta take you out of context to make it work and shit.
Yep.
Right.
Muhammad Ali would have been on the side of Donald Trump. He said, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." Think about it. Like what?
What'd you say?
He said, "What does Trump say? I'm the greatest president of all time." Ali says he's the greatest of all time.
But they did try. They tried it with Martin Luther King. They were like, he would be Republican today. They've said that so many times.
Right.
Here's the question. We'll throw to Andy. Keisha in the chat room is asking: do white people even get segregation?
I mean, look, there's a failure in our education system. Okay. I mean, do white people get segregation? I don't think white people across the board understand how bad is.
Right.
Like they get that this was bad, but they think it was a long time ago and things are a lot better. And all you got to do is just try a little harder. And I had problems too. And I just tried harder and overcame.
But it ain't the same.
Yeah. There's a basic sort of general idea of all that, but the day-to-day lived experience isn't there from them or from anyone in their families to pass along. And the current day lived experience, let alone the past, isn't there. So it's all just a lot of, oh yeah, things were bad and we're past it now. And if things are bad for you now, just, work your way out of it. Work for me.
I often say, people say, it's a long time ago. I'm like, my father was born into an apartheid America. You understand that, right? My father was alive during American apartheid.
People
that's what Jim Crow and segregation was.
Come on, I got family members that could tell you stories.
Alive during that.
Yeah, people the age of our parents went to segregated schools.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was some of my aunts and uncles, and they're in probably about their 60s, 70s. A lot of them would tell you about being in high school when, the school started actually integrating and shit like that. I was like a smaller little girl, but I had like a great uncle who was his parents were slaves. And so he would sit around and actually tell us stories about his parents and about slavery and shit like that. He was over 100 years old back then. This was, years ago, a small child. So, when you have people alive that you can remember telling you those stories, it wasn't that long ago.
Right. Yeah. And you know what that means? The people that did it to them.
Yep.
Right.
Still alive.
That's why whenever I see somebody old and white, I'm like,
right. What side?
Because everybody supported Dr. King. You know that, right?
As soon as the bullet went through
Dominique in the chat room knows everybody supported Dr. King, right? We all know that, right?
Remember when
it was
Dr.
even black
King,
people against Dr. King.
He taught us that we should not judge people by the color of their skin because that's something we had to be taught.
As soon as the bullet went through, we all started respecting him a lot more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The worst part, the thing that never made sense to me was you loved MLK. Everyone loved MLK. Hate Jesse Jackson.
Right.
You know who's in the photo of dead MLK? Holding his lifeless corpse? Jesse fucking Jackson.
Yeah. No, MLK stopped talking.
Right.
They didn't like him. They didn't like him when he was dead.
I'm like, so it seemed like Jesse was his right hand man. Yeah. Nothing he's saying is good though, right? It's all just race baiting, starting trouble for no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
MLK though.
He should be more like Martin Luther King.
Dead.
That's really what you're saying.
MLK would have said nothing about this because he can't.
Yeah, right. Dead. He should have been dead. I wish he was dead. You wish what? Oh, did I say that out loud?
All right.
You motherfuckers. Ugh. What was the other thing we want to talk about, Andy? It's 4:50 now.
Boutique Act.
Yeah. I remember you talking about Boutique Act.
Oh yeah, Boutique Acts. There's a couple stories I bookmarked too. There's you got that email. A teacher cut up biracial girl's hair without permission.
Yeah, that would just make me.
Her father is suing.
You see these stories like there was the one. That one is right in line with the daycare person who pushed the little girl down.
Mm-hmm.
I go out of my way to not fuck with stories like that.
To make you mad
because I know I know how it should end, and it's not going to end like that. Like nobody went up to that school and beat the shit out of somebody, and that didn't happen. You know, just go up and Keisha in the chat room is saying why taking on children, because children are defenseless.
Right.
That's why.
Right. You fuck with an adult, you might get your ass whooped.
That's why.
That child knows what that child did. Okay.
There you go. So I don't really like fucking with that because they're monsters. Honestly, that's all. They're monsters. You know, that's who fucks with children is a monster. You're a moral monster. There is no line for you in the sand. You can't control yourself. You want to do this.
Yeah, you're choosing.
You know
to do
who
this.
to do it to. Who to do it to is people that you think are not going to be valued. So you pick them to do it to. Just like black women disappearing and this white girl, and then when you say, you know, you guys don't say anything about black and brown women. As a matter of fact, look, just any woman who's not white.
Right.
Just you don't say anything about any other woman who's not white. So, well, we're not supposed to look for her. Like no one is saying that.
They always take the wrong part away from
Yeah.
it.
Where is your vigor for all these other women that you're expelling on this woman? Where is it?
Yeah, I've gotten to the point. We don't
do that. Okay, well, Kelly Price has been missing for a month. I didn't know that.
Me either.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I don't even make the obvious point.
Yes.
It's so like if everybody is making the same point, I think it's a problem, right? Like, like I don't want to be the 1,000th black person to be like, when it's not a white woman, it's very hard to get a lot of support. It's like, I know y'all don't care.
Yeah.
Y'all never gonna change.
Y'all don't care. When you tell the media does this every time. And it's like, yeah, they don't talk about it. I'm like, yeah, we're talking about y'all. You could just do this, you know?
Now I will say this though. The worst part of this one. This white woman disappearance wasn't even a mystery. This was the weakest white woman disappearance. This ain't no Mayor of Easttown shit. This shit was open and shut. Yeah. I was mad that it got more attention after. It was like they went on a trip. The boyfriend came back by himself.
Didn't tell anyone.
He wouldn't talk to anybody. Police, nobody. They didn't even try to seek help. His parents hid the nigga for 2 days, and then they just said he left. I was like, so he did it. What's the mystery?
And his lawyer wishes her well.
Right? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. To me, that's part of why that story took off the way it did.
Right.
Because there was enough mystery to give it intrigue, but so little mystery that it was easy to solve. So everyone on Twitter is like, guys, I think I figured it out. I think he did it. Like, yeah, we know.
Figured it out? Did you figure it out?
We all know that.
Yeah, I made a conscious decision to not tweet about this shit, but the one tweet I kept like deleting was, hey guys, I think the boyfriend might have did it. But I just said, no, I'm not gonna do it because these motherfuckers they're gonna retweet talking about 1,000 missing like black people in my mentions, and I didn't ask for all that.
Does anybody think it's the boyfriend?
Right. Hey guys, been looking into this case, you know.
No, but then Twitter went because they also had like Instagram accounts and a YouTube account. It's like, oh, there's clues. Like, you don't need clues. We know what the fuck happened.
Here's a video of the police and they were fighting. I'm like, didn't we know he came back without her?
They were like, there's a picture of them like, I don't know if they set up a tripod and took a picture. It was like them reading books, and like one of them is reading Fight Club. Like she's reading Fight Club. People are like, oh, Fight Club. See, here's the thing about that book. It attracts a certain type of male audience. Like you don't need to. We already know he did it. We don't need the books he was reading.
We don't. And while they was traveling, they was actually like filming themselves and taking YouTube pic, like Andy said, posting shit online. Then it stopped. Of course, people are gonna be like, well, y'all work together. That
was another reason that this one blew up and a lot of other people's didn't, that nobody wants to talk about the context of that, which is she was already some type of internet wannabe, share my whole life with everybody bullshit. Right. So they watched her basically get fucked up in real time. Mm-hmm. And that's why the internet took off so fast with her story, in addition to her being a white woman. And that, so like, it's not, we don't really have, like, other motherfuckers that's missing was just living their lives.
Right.
If they would have been like, it's your girl on IG every 5 minutes, then people would notice that, because there was a model that got killed maybe a month ago. Drake shouted her out on his album, but she was like a IG butt model, and a dude came to her house, was stalking her and killed her. She never met him before, and then I think he killed himself. She took a picture in front of her house or something, and he figured out where she lived and found her and killed her. Mm-hmm. So that story went viral as fuck, but that's because she was somebody already.
Yeah.
To a lot of people, and that's no offense to the missing people, but the internet is so vain. They just are like this. The only reason they're bringing these people up is to get attention from this first case in a lot of cases, which is fucked up in its own way.
And some of the attention too, like, I mean, some of those cases, there's not like a trail of Instagram and YouTube and all that. It's hard to even know what happened, but some of them could benefit from earlier attention. Like there's that,
I
can't remember his name, black dude. He's a geologist, and his father's still looking for him. And he went missing like over a month ago. Mm-hmm. And there's not much as far as clues other than he left somewhere, drove away, and then they found his car somewhere, like in a ravine, but I think it was intact, and just he's never been found. So if there was immediate attention, there might have been like, oh, I drove past that guy, or there might have been, oh, I saw that guy pull over. The way that with this Gabby girls, the people driving down this trail actually filmed her van on the side of the road. They were just looking through their footage and like, oh, that's them. So,
and with that kid, I believe I actually found him right before we started the show. He was like 25 or something.
Okay.
At least that's the it was my iPhone alert. I didn't click the article, so maybe they lying, but it was like body found in this search or whatever. And I'm like, well, attention did help.
Yeah.
Like there's no argument to the fact that the attention helps. It's just, it's such a sad cycle of like, we know white people don't care about this shit. And then the only time.
Yeah. That might be a different guy. This is, I know the guy you're talking about too. I saw that was coming. This one, Daniel Robinson.
Oh, so it's even another
missing geologist. And yeah, it's like, I mean, there might not be a whole trail of clues and slickly produced YouTube videos, but immediate attention would have at least been like, I saw that guy get out of his car. He was doing something, like at least something to place him somewhere. He was walking down the road. He seemed to be out of gas. Who knows? But that's the type of thing where it's like, her case did have a lot more quote unquote clues for people to solve the murder. But some of this shit is like, if you put it out there, maybe the day it happens, you might get more clues.
Get a hit,
and it'd be people making it about them too. So, So it's like it's happening to her, but then they'd be like, "This is why I never go on dates with." I'm like, this was not even the same situation. It's very tragic what happened. I had a boss once.
You have to understand.
Like, okay, I'm not belittling you, but can we focus on finding this lady? Okay.
Well, we can, but before we do, let me just say
that was the other thing too. She was doing a bunch of Instagrammable shit, so I know it was a lot more Instagram people to find her. Yeah. It's like, oh, they're walking down this path in the woods that the IG people always go. I'm like, okay, so they found her faster.
Oh, this dude, Daniel Robinson, they found his Jeep was overturned in a ravine, but they haven't found him.
Okay.
But then there's another, that Gabby case had another little angle for people to like obsess over, because there was another murder in the area, like where they got pulled over. That whole thing with the body cam footage.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lesbian couple who, one of the women worked in the place right by where they had that incident, where the guy called 911 and said he slapped her or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then like a few days later, this couple was murdered at a campsite. So people were like, he did that one too.
Oh God.
He did that shit. No. He's killing everybody.
Now he's just a serial killer.
Yeah. Two things I want to throw in real quick. Number one, I knew I didn't give a fuck about this case when someone put out the YouTube video of them talking to the cops.
Yeah.
And I saw it was 1 hour and 17 minutes and turned it off. I didn't even hit play. I was like, no, I don't care about these white people. But then the second thing is, it reminds me of that fucking stupid ass Netflix documentary that was 6 parts about that fucking hotel, where in part 1, we fucking knew that girl, walked up there and died. And then they did fucking 5 more episodes being like, what if somebody could have murdered her by making her a sleepwalker? In this movie, someone walks up to the roof and dies in a movie. What if it's like that movie? It could have been like that. Fuck you. This guy made a rock and roll song, and he had been to Seattle one time, and the rock and roll song showed a video of him killing somebody. But did he do it? You knew he didn't do it. We don't need 5 more episodes. It should be an hour and a half max.
It's like when they, if you watch one of those shows on the ID network, like about, like neighbors murdering each other or whatever those shows are called. And they always they have a guy that seems like the likely candidate to have done it, but you're like, it's only 18 minutes into this show.
Right.
So that's not the guy. And they just wasted 18 minutes to point to that
it's
guy.
It's never the guy.
To fill the hour. They're not going to find the guy until minute 46.
Right.
It's going to be the boyfriend from minute 2 that they ruled out. So
yeah, every time.
It's always
the guy that's like in the confessional being like, I don't know why she didn't come home last night. I just think we need to look for something. It's like so and then they come back later like he had blood on his shoes. He did it immediately. There was never any other suspects. Like okay.
Yeah, like the second suspect is always like he just took a liking to her and he used to like her a lot at work, and sometimes he would call her. And
he's always like a nice dude.
They talk to her sister, and she's like, yeah, this guy would call her all the time. I thought it was a little weird. And they're like, could he have done it?
He went on 3 dates with her, and then he found out she was still fucking her ex, so they broke up. Yeah. But he was really heartbroken over the whole thing. You're like, oh, is that why he killed her? No, he just moved on and lived his life and was sad about it like a normal human being.
She received a series of bizarre texts from him 2 nights before she died, and it's him just going, yeah, it looks like it's not going to work out, but hopefully everything's cool between us. We got to work
together. You well.
See you at the job.
Yeah.
So, let's do a follow up on this thing. Is this it says FedEx fires driver who refused to deliver to homes? Is that dude?
No.
Oh, no. That dude was Amazon. Dude. That dude was Amazon. So
black dude was Amazon, but didn't he get suspended?
He's pending investigation. I think he's still suspended pending investigation.
How long could that investigation be?
But they said there might be some criminal charges, not even from Amazon, from the police, because he destroyed property and trespassed or whatever.
Fuck.
This is different. A FedEx driver refused to deliver to homes flying Black Lives Matter, Biden, or camel toe Harris flag. Oh, fuck this dude.
So he made this video. I think he made a couple videos. This is the first one.
Camel toe Harris.
What's up, TikTok?
Oh my God.
Just wanted to come on here and
is he really trying to sexy it up?
Let all you know.
Hey, it's your boy, the
uniform.
Racist. And he got music.
Yeah, they was like, nigga, you got on a uniform. You can't do this.
Yeah, he's
now, also, as comedians, camel toe hairs?
What the hell is that?
There's nothing even funny about it.
Yeah, there's really nothing.
Camel toe hairs.
There's nothing there. Camel toe is slang for, imagine cleavage of the vagina, Karen. What people call it camel toe. It's really big on Instagram. I'm not one of those Instagram guys. I'm more in the butts, but it's there.
I mean, it kind of sounds like Kamala, sort of like, yeah.
Right. It's such a stretch.
You see where he's going with this?
Like he needed to workshop. Like I know it's always offensive and it's very bad.
Workshop your slurs.
Yeah. I'm not agreeing with his slurs, but I'm saying the quality is also lacking.
Yeah, he needs.
And we should make a note of just the piss poor effort.
This needs to go through a review board before he submitted it.
Talk to a couple people, workshop it till you come up with something better than camel toe. Because the worst part when you say camel toe Harris is most people go, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, what?
Who? Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Dan.
Or you could just say, you know what? I don't have a good line for this one. Just say Kamala.
Right. Yeah.
Might not always have a joke for everything.
No. If you don't have a flag in front of your house, and if you have a Joe Biden, Kamala fucking camel toe posted up in front of your house, Black Lives Matter, I will not deliver your shit. I will not deliver your shit. I will bring that back to the station. And I will keep doing that shit. Have a good day.
Yeah, your whole ass face up there. Yes, you're gonna lose your job because I want my shit. I don't want to have to wait an extra fucking day.
Oh, he deleted his TikTok.
Well, what happened was he made.
Wonder why.
He made another video, which I'm trying to find. I don't have it in front of me, but now he's in the back of his truck. He's like, "Y'all thought I was playing about that shit," because the internet was starting to like talk shit about him. look at all these packages. He has packages in the back of the truck. These aren't getting delivered today. And I told my boss it wasn't delivered, and he said, "Oh, you're not going to get that bonus. Fuck that $600 bonus." And
wait a minute. You told your boss, your FedEx driver boss, that you weren't going to deliver packages.
Yeah.
And all he said was, "You're not going to get a bonus."
That's what we're taking his word.
We're taking, yeah. This is, I wouldn't call this guy a reliable narrator.
So then after that, he wound up getting fired, I believe, and like deleting his social media.
I'm going to help you.
So he's gone. Vincent Paterno is his name. Deleted his TikTok at some stage after posting it, but not quickly enough. It was seen. FedEx had a statement. We're appalled by the behavior depicted in this video, which does not reflect the views of FedEx. This individual is no longer providing service on behalf of the company.
So did he not want to lose his job? Because how did he think this would go?
I mean, you have a whole FedEx commercial shirt in your thing.
He's got the uniform. He's in a truck.
Right.
I think this is one of those things.
I just want to understand the thought process. I assume when you do something like that, you are forfeiting your job.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe he went online and asked for money too. Like he had like a GoFundMe, or he tried to get the.
Oh, okay. So maybe that was the swerve. You do the thing that you know is going to get you fired, but then you know you can pretend to be a victim, and then they go fund you the money. Okay. All right.
I think that fell through also. So he lost that. But I mean, there's people out there who are contracting a deadly novel virus to own the libs. So maybe he's like, I'll lose my job to own the libs.
Yeah.
Thinking he'll get protected by people on his side.
You have to be the right type of person. They'll support them. But if you ain't the right, like the police or Becky or somebody that's kind of already established, or just do something so outlandish, you're not going to get that support.
Yeah.
Let me throw one more thing out there before we move on. I also think this shit is stupid when you do it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Right. Just letting y'all know, keeping it consistent. We had a lady on the show with a story where she made the kids do Pledge of Allegiance to the pride flag. And then she did it for TikTok. Like she was like, guess what? If your kid's in my class, I took down the American flag. I was like, okay, bitch. So you don't care about your job. Cool. Hey, appreciate your help though. I mean, hopefully some kids learn the right lesson, but you ain't got no job.
Right.
Definitely getting in trouble for doing that shit.
Right. Because you made us have to address it.
This guy's in Washington State. People
Mr.
found his
Worldwide. Is that what he is?
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide Paterno. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. This is his profile.
He really think
he's a drag racer, huh?
He think he pit bull. Mr. Worldwide.
Went to Oak Harbor High School from Oak Harbor, Washington. So he's from Washington State.
And he used the tagline from Fast and Furious.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time. I live my life a camel toe at a time.
It's all about white families.
Live my life one job at a time.
Vincent, Mr. Shipping Worldwide Paterno.
He put the Furious in Fast and Furious.
I'll deliver everything you ship, unless you got a Biden sign on your front lawn.
Fast and Furious and Black Lives Matter.
He resembles Pitbull and ran with that.
Right.
Not even a little bit, but okay.
Right. One girl told him because he's bald headed and off white.
Can also know.
Yeah, she's I'm looking at more videos. Like there's all these videos of people talking about him, but no videos of.
It'd be dope if our boy that made that Pogs video talked about him.
He might. What was his name again? He got a YouTube channel. We should submit content to him. Like, hey man, I would love to hear your take on this.
I'd love to hear your
Paterno
take.
story.
What do you have to say?
We fuck around, turn this man to a star by being ironic. It'd be our fault 5 years from now when he's on HBO.
Felt in the chat room says his name is Josh Henderson.
Yeah.
I mean,
Joshua Henderson.
That's right. Yeah.
All you gotta do to get him to talk in his real voice is accuse him of being, hey man, you gay? I am not gay.
Guys, this is a character. I'm doing it for a
real
character.
voice jumps out him.
Well, he's 5 years from now when he's on the air with Bill Maher, Our Fault and shit.
Yep.
Like we couldn't leave him alone. We had to keep fucking with him.
People
got
from
some
your
attention.
own community were messing with you and annoying you. And how does that make you feel that they just don't accept you? They just don't understand my love for Paul.
Right.
Oh.
They don't get me.
This is why I like white girls.
Nigga got to do to get some sucky around this motherfucker. Guess y'all products too good for the $40 now. Donald Trump, you done. Gave these bitches some money, now they acting bougie as fuck. Shit. What a nigga got to do to get some sucky around this motherfucker?
Okay, that's the moment to end on right there. It don't get no better.
That was written off after the show in Charlotte.
Yep.
What's a motherfucker got
in the streets of Charlotte?
Hey, are you guys still open? You are?
What a nigga got to do to get some sucky around this motherfucker?
Oh, the kitchen's closed? All right. We'll go somewhere else.
Look like it's Hot Pockets for me.
So have me some Hot Pockets.
Sad Hot Pockets in the hotel room. By the way, Joshua Henderson is not posted on the YouTube in about a year. So I don't know what he's up to. Maybe he's on TikTok.
Ran him off. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed today's show, people. As always, we enjoy bringing this to y'all. Again, thanks to anybody who came to the virtual showcase. We love doing it. Thanks for the support. We didn't get to talk about boutique acts, but we'll talk about that next time.
And we'll maybe hold this story of the man who tried to bomb phone stores to prevent spread of porn.
Yeah, definitely hold that, because that man needs to be shot.
An elderly Michigan man.
Oh God.
Nothing else to do.
75 years old.
Elderly white Michigan man.
Most likely. Yeah.
Yeah. Guess the race.
Right.
We want to thank Rod and Karen. Y'all be sure to jump over to their feedback show.
Yes, sir.
Up in about 45 minutes. Y'all be sure to jump over there with them. Y'all shout out Fel 5. He got his music popped up on the live show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the audience was going crazy. I was backstage singing.
Yeah, number bops.
Come on, them my jams.
Yeah, thanks everybody so much.
Also, remember Insta or iTunes rather, reviews.
Yeah.
If you haven't left one, freeloaders, leave one. Yeah, and at some point in the near future, we will follow up and throw somebody some patronage.
And Reconstructed Fitness will be paying for a year of your patronage. At least 1 year for a year of your patronage.
Yeah.
It's all ready to go. Y'all just got to get them in. All right. Any concerns? Nope. Then the doors of the
don't stream Lil Brother's first 2 albums.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fonte and Big Pooh have both come out and said don't do it. That's enough for me.
Hey, they signed a deal.
I'm out. Yeah.
I mean, it's their deal. They signed it.
Okay, that's the time to leave.
Now it's time to leave.
We ain't trying to get canceled.
Yeah, now it's time to leave. Rod, you're gonna take us out. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate y'all as always. I'm Randolph Terrence.
I'm Andy Klein.
I'm Karen Morrow.
And I'm Rod Power Morrow.
Hey, we have